Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
A clearing sky and 34 degrees outside. Oh, let's see here. Okay, here I'm going to try it. When you put 2 and 2 together, and when you put the R in Rex and put the Y in pi. Oh, wait, that wouldn't work. Put the Y in pi. Okay, I got to change that. Let me look at them. Scratch that off. Let me change that. I'm working on my poem for next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah?
When you put 2 and 2 together, let me try this. When you put 2 and 2 together, life is like a feather.
Mm-hmm.
When you put the R in Rex, you get sexy Rexy. When you put the Y in, I'm stuck on the Y and pi part.
Yeah.
So I'll keep working on it.
Well, I don't think there's a Y in pi. That's probably causing some of the problem.
I know. It rhymes, but it's not spelling correctly there.
Mm-hmm. I think that, there's a few songs that Blake Shelton does that are kind of love songs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should do a dramatic reading of a Blake Shelton love song.
Well, I'll have to do some more research. Over the weekend, maybe I can put it together.
Maybe Home. Home's a nice song. He had a #1 hit with that.
Home?
Yeah.
He'll probably sing it on February 16th.
I'm guessing there's a good chance of that.
You know, if you get to looking, really, at Blake Shelton's hit list, he has had a lot of radio songs, hasn't he?
Yes.
A bunch.
Yes, he has. Uh-huh.
And didn't he get, divorced? What show is he on?
The Voice.
The Voice, and didn't he kind of separate from his original wife and get married to one of the other co-hosts or something?
Well, yeah, he was married to Miranda Lambert.
Oh, that's right.
At a time.
Yeah,
and then, they divorced, and
so he was already?
He met Gwen Stefani on The Voice, who was the singer of the group No Doubt, and there was just no doubt that they were meant for each other. And so, yeah, I think they're married now.
Yeah, they had a big wedding, I think.
Pretty sure they are, yeah. But, yeah, and she's been a coach, I guess they called him, on The Voice.
But he was already divorced when he started dating Stefani?
You're asking. I don't know.
Because I could make a poem about that. One called I Couldn't Wait. How you doing, Brent?
I don't know. I'm doing fantastic. I'm tired, but I'm doing okay.
Hey, there's a lot of tired people, I imagine, that took in the ball games yesterday and drove home and kind of late. From North Platte's not too awful far, but it's a ways. And,
yep.
Yeah. But, boy, I watched the games off and on here yesterday and listened and watched the final half of the last game last night. Some good ball games.
Yeah, great day. Always fun when we do the MNAC semifinals. And so now the finals are set, and the guys will be back there on Saturday. They'll be covering all 4 games on Saturday, the consolation games and also the championship games. And we'll broadcast them for you again on Saturday on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And we'll do the live video stream again on Saturday for you, so you can watch the games on Sandhills Express Facebook page and Sandhills Express YouTube channel. First game will tip off at 2:30, and it's just wall-to-wall basketball into the evening.
Yes. And, of course, tonight is a big night for the Lady Indians, Southwest Conference.
Can't wait.
That's going to be a dandy.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. It'll be fun. Yeah, we're going to go to Kearney. We'll have Broken Bow against Minden in the semifinals of the Southwest Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. Game is scheduled to tip off at 5. Gothenburg will play Ogallala in front of that at 3:30, and then Broken Bow scheduled to play Minden at 5. We'll broadcast that for you. All of Broken Bow's coverage going to be on KCNI. We didn't want to bounce back and forth from stations to confuse people, so we'll have the game for you on KCNI, 1280 AM, 96.3 FM, and KCNI1280.com. Semifinals tonight. No matter where Broken Bow ends up tomorrow, we hope it's the championship.
Yes.
But wherever they end up tomorrow, we'll broadcast that game for you as well on KCNI Radio.
All right, that's the schedule. Tonight and all the way through Saturday, basketball. Without getting too deep in the weeds to next week, then we'll mix up wrestling and basketball, which is kind of a tradition as well.
Yes, yeah. Next week, looking ahead, we'll go to Lexington to do Broken Bow basketball on Tuesday night. Then we've got Southwest Conference Wrestling, which is in Broken Bow this year, which is exciting.
Nice.
So we'll be up at the Indian Gym for that on the 2nd of February. And then on the 4th of February, can you believe this? A week from tomorrow is state wrestling duels.
Can't imagine. I can't imagine.
And I tell you, we're going to have it right now. I mean, I'm not going to say anything until it becomes official, but right now it looks like we are going to have some outstanding area representation at state duels. So we'll be there to cover that for you on the 4th of February.
We, over the years, for some reason, have been blessed with former coaches who follow wrestling like no one else. And they like to get on the radio with Brent and describe the action. And I understand that this year will be a complete team again. Mr. Patch is coming back from Chicago to spend several weeks
I think so, yeah.
covering wrestling with Kurt Crawley and yours and you as well.
I think so, yeah. I think Mick is kind of planning to be here for conference and state duels and districts and the state tournament. That was the last I heard anyway,
Yeah.
so we're kind of planning on that. I always find it interesting, state wrestling, it'll be the same this year. Kirk's birthday is the 12th of February. Brent's birthday is the 14th, and Mick's birthday is the 15th of February. And basically all three of us go celebrate our birthday at state wrestling. So I think that's kind of cool.
That is, and those two guys especially that's a birthday present to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's quite a good chance they would be there anyway. This because they love wrestling so much, and they remember wrestlers from 20 years ago, and they can remember what the score was in their final match of their careers. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just such a great asset for us to have those guys participate, describe the action, and we're looking forward to that. And again, I think one of the things that we've noticed here at the radio station is that folks who don't even have kids in wrestling or follow wrestling very close, once we get into this time of the year, especially when you get through districts and then to state, people just love to listen, even if they don't know anything about wrestling, because the kids, you maybe have grandparents, aunts and uncles and families, extended families that follow these kids, and it just makes it wonderful. Now, I understand last night at the mats here in Broken Bow, Coach Shave had some additional coaches with him.
Yeah, had some help last night, I believe, on the bench.
Yeah, I wonder how much help they were.
Well, I looked at the final score, and it looked pretty impressive to me, so they must have done a pretty good job.
Mike Borders and my son, Paul Burney, I think this was purchased at an auction fundraiser.
At the Athletic Booster Club's Indian Nation tailgate party fundraiser.
So they got to sit with all the coaches last night, and I know Paul well enough to know being that close was a lot of fun, whether they coached or not. So That would have been fun. But yeah, I know there's so much excitement about the Broken Bow wrestling team, and then we have all sorts of wrestlers in our listening area that are doing well this year.
And
sorts
Selmo
of teams.
Myrna is having an amazing year. Twin Loop.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those two teams, you could see them at state duels, man. I think AM is in.
That's fantastic.
Twin Loop. I want to say they got duels at Ainsworth, I think, today, which will be key for them. But they're right there. So yeah, like I said, man, a lot of area representation there, and then just the individual kids.
Yes.
And not just the guys.
Right.
We've got some outstanding girls in this area that wrestle, and we're going to be following them at state too. So that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a big run like it always is with wrestling and basketball. But it's so much fun to listen to, and in some cases we're able to bring you the live video stream on our platforms through YouTube and the Sandhills Express page, Sandhills Facebook. The picture was great last night, and I just love the idea of being able to listen to you guys do the games and watch it at the same time. Now, I mentioned earlier when I was on the air this morning, or maybe I pre-recorded that, I don't remember. But anyway, it's great to be able to watch it. But even when it's available, sometimes we have other things to do, and that's the beauty of radio. You just crank up the radio or crank up your phone with the free app and listen while you work, listen while you feed the cattle, listen while you go down the roadway. And anymore, it's so wonderful because wherever you have a cell signal, on your phone, you have KCNI, KBBN available to you, because if you key in KCNI1280.com or KBBN.com, you can listen on your phone. And if you have the app, it's really great because you can just push on the app and it pops right up. I love it because sometimes when you guys are doing games on both stations, I can pop back and forth and keep track of both. It's pretty neat. Or have the radio on in the kitchen or the radio on in the car and be listening to the other thing on the phone. It's fantastic.
Jeremy was giving out the numbers of people who were tuning in. He was kind of watching that during the night. And so I asked him during the broadcast, I says, man, does that mean we're trending? Because, that's always been a dream of mine.
You want to trend?
I've always wanted to trend. So after I made that comment, I think Liana Rupek commented and said, #trending. And then, but my favorite was our good friend Dallas Beechler.
Oh,
you remember Dallas?
Oh, of course.
He texted me. He must have been watching, and he said, "You're trending, Brent, in my heart."
Oh, Dallas.
Hey, speaking of yesterday, before we go on here, I got to bring this up. There was a Bob Jensen sighting.
No.
Yes, there was at the MNAC tournament, and I talked to Bob just briefly, and he said that he actually tuned in and watched the breakfast show the other day. And he just wanted to compliment us. He said the banter around the school lunch menus is absolute gold. That was what Bob said.
Well, that's
absolute
nice.
gold. And then he did make a comment.
Uh-oh.
He said, "Tell Dave hi from me." And then he said, that Bernie, he's just like that roach you can't get rid of.
I can hear Bob say that.
So
I don't know if that's a compliment or not, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Okay, let me try this again. I put the... this is in reference, if you're just tuning in, I'm trying to put together a poem. I've discovered that I'm a poet through the Blake Shelton giveaway, because we're going to give you some more chances today to get registered for the tickets, and people can call in and ask Brent to sing along with a Blake Shelton song. They can sing along with a Blake Shelton song. We can all sing together. They can request whatever they like, and including the poetry that I have discovered in this process. So let me see. Put the G in goat. Because doesn't goat have a double meaning nowadays? I mean, it isn't just a goat. In athletics, isn't a goat a...
Oh, well, yeah, they've used it as, would it be an acronym for the greatest of all time?
Yeah, so that's okay. Put the G in goat. put the Y in pie. No, the Y in the pie won't work. Put the R in Rex and put 2 and 2 together.
How about the Y in Y?
Well, that's very good. That's a double. Oh, gosh, yeah. Thanks. Today is National Chocolate Cake Day, which
Hey, I can get into that.
most people can. Did you have an aunt or a grandma or maybe your mother that every time you see chocolate cake, they pop into your mind? Mine is my Aunt Joanne, Bernie. Aunt Joanne could whip up a chocolate cake right before your eyes in no time and cut your hair at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, right in the kitchen.
Unbelievable.
It was amazing. And I miss those days. It's also National Big Wig Day, the last Friday in January. Wig out for charity, so it's a good thing. Wear a wig to raise some money for the American Cancer Society's Look Good, Feel Better division. They're the folks who donate wigs to cancer patients who have lost all their hair. The goal this year is to raise $1 million today. Now, you can help out by going to the National Big Wig page on Facebook for more information, and we can raise some money together today. Also, a sad day, International Holocaust Remembrance Day. 78 years ago today, Russian and Allied forces liberated Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland, where more than 1 million Jewish civilians, including children, were murdered by the Nazis. 7,000 only were rescued at the end of the war. And I still can't believe there's some people out there who refuse to believe that there was a Holocaust. I just don't get that. Where does that come from? Internet?
I don't know.
Wow. So anyway, let's don't forget that day. And there's another one here, but I'm going to tell that one to you off the air. I'm just too embarrassed to read it.
Okay.
It's about, well, I'm just not going to go there.
All right.
Okay. So we have school lunch menus. We better get to that since Bob likes to.
Oh, you might be tuning in right now, watching the show. Good morning, Bob.
Oh, come on in, guys. Come on in.
Oh, we have guests.
Yes, we have the special guest we talked about yesterday. We're going to forego the school lunch menus. Come on in.
Okay.
Have a chair. Good morning.
How many? Oh, let me scoot over.
Yeah. I'll take a break while we get arranged here, folks. We want to get them on
If
the
you've
air.
been injured or recovering from surgery, your first priority is to treat your problem. At Team Physical Therapy, we will evaluate, treat, and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
They're all the rage. Bardominiums, Schausses, whatever you call them. Ansley Lumber and Supply offers everything you need to construct your own pole building, post frame building, or barn. They have exclusive access to interactive visualizers, 3D designers, and a price estimator. This means you know what your project will look like and approximately what it will cost. The best part? The whole complete package can be dropped to your site with everything you need. Get your dream home started on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to it.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
11 minutes before the hour, and we have special guests that we told you about the last couple of days. Excited to be visiting with Mr. Peterson, principal at North Park Elementary. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. I think we've met once before down at Ansley.
Yep, probably.
I think it's kind of, I guess, a omen of some sorts. I think we met because you were having a Holocaust presentation down there. So,
That was Mr. Helberg, I think.
Mr.
Helberg. Yep,
Yeah,
that might have
okay.
been Mr. Helberg. Yep.
Okay, all
Yep.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So, welcome, guys. Mr. Peterson, would you introduce these people that you brought with you?
So I brought Cannon Toby. He's a fifth grader at North Park Elementary with us. He's one of our tellers for this Nebraska State Bank Indian Savings Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amber Reinierson. She works down at Nebraska State Bank, and she's kind of been the one that's been leading the charge for us. So she's been our go-to. So
All right, very good. Well, Amber, let's start with you then, because this has been a great idea that has really taken off, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been quite the process, but we started last March with communication with the school and worked with Jennifer Davidson, who's the president of the Nebraska Council on Economic Education. She's the one that helps put all these programs together across the state. So, yeah, we kicked off January 11th here at North Park Elementary. And our opening day, we had about 90 students that deposited $835.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then Nebraska State Bank matched $5 for each one of those students
Oh, nice.
that made a deposit. So if you brought in a penny or a quarter, it didn't matter. Nebraska State Bank still provided that $5 match.
Oh, the
So-
$5 no matter what.
No matter what you deposited. Yep. And then we had our snow day, of course. So
Yeah.
we kind of missed out on that second day. And, you know, what we want to really get kids to do is just get in that routine of saving. So we were hoping that by having that snow day, that wouldn't hinder the hype, you know.
Yep.
And then we came back this Wednesday. We had 84 students that deposited $968.36. So I don't think our hype left, which is fantastic. And then Nebraska State Bank matched again for any of those students that made their first deposit. So we had 26 new depositors just this last week. So we're gaining, and it's great.
It's really great, not only because of the money that's being generated, but the lessons learned through this for these young students. Mr. Peterson, I mean, I think you probably would second that motion, right?
Yeah, 100%. If we can help these kids learn the importance of savings this young, it's only going to set them up for success as they get older. So when Amber kind of broached the subject with me, I thought, heck yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And it has been. We had a pep rally that was all sorts of fun. We had Cash, the mascot, out. And it's just been, it's neat to see, because even like the day before, so we do every Wednesday. On Tuesday, I have kids coming up to me saying, Mr. Peterson, is tomorrow the bank day? And I'm, yep, make sure you bring your money, so you can see the excitement that is kind of stirred in the elementary, which has just been really neat to see.
Yeah, and realizing that you can do just about anything if everybody works together and chips in, right?
Yeah, this has got a lot of different fingers to it, and we've had a lot of people help us, and the people at Nebraska State Bank have been awesome. They come in and we get our kind of our bank set up, and I don't really have to do much. I can kind of sit back and just enjoy the show. So it's been a lot of fun.
All right. And it's the Indian Savings Bank, correct?
Correct, yep.
All right.
We've hired 16 fifth grade tellers.
Yep.
So they had to go through an application process and an interview process.
Yep.
And then we're hired, and Cannon here was one of our first tellers on our opening day. And these kids just are amazing. They've just knocked it out of the park, not only just with their math skills and helping count, the money that other students are making, but just their leadership and making those kids feel welcome as they approach the counter and wishing them a good day as they leave. So, Cannon, do you want to talk about your experience a little bit?
What I experienced was that when it just makes my day better when I see those kids come up and deposit money. It makes me just happy.
Makes everybody happy, doesn't it? And do you kind of in your mind, Cannon, when it's all coming together and the kids are coming up, do you kind of, I wonder how much money we're just don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
You just have fun watching the people participate?
Yep, they can deposit how much money they want, and they don't have to be
they don't have to worry about the amount or anything.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about it. You can bring a penny and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Just keep on saving.
Because Nebraska State Bank's going to put in $5 whether they bring a penny or $10, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Brent, do you have questions for this young man?
I have all kinds of questions. So can you withdraw, or is this just about savings?
This is just about savings.
Okay.
There's no withdrawals that take place until they graduate the 5th grade.
Okay.
And then so once our 5th graders this year, we get to the end of the school year, they'll be presented with a letter and their options of receiving a check, or maybe some students will want to come in and roll that into an actual savings account, and so we'll provide that information for them as well and give them their options. So.
Wow. Now, as you expand this, I'm guessing over the years or whatever, can kids come in and ask for a loan? I'm thinking, I want a skateboard. Can I come in and borrow money from Indians Bank?
Once they get to 5th grade, when they
Fifth
graduate
grade.
out, then they can have it. The nice part is, too, is even if kids move away, if we know that somebody's going to move away, Christy at North Park, make sure we're talking to Amber and get them their money so that even if they're moving, they can get that money out of there. So,
fantastic. Yeah. These kind of programs are so good because it really not only the lessons learned, the netting of the community together is really, I think Nebraska State Bank really works on being part of the community and contributing, and they go out and do crazy things on crazy days, and the list goes on and on about all the different things. Your Fridays where you dress down and put money together for things too.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow. So are you saving some money as well, Cannon?
Yes.
Do you mind me asking, is it going well? Are you getting some money put away?
Yes, it's going well.
Okay, we won't even talk numbers. We'll just know that you're contributing, right? All right. Well, we have you here, Mr. Peterson. How's the school year gone? We're halfway there, right?
Yeah, I know. I was talking with Christy just the other day. This is my first year as the principal there, and man, it feels like we're just flying by. We're going to be in February next month. Everything's going really well. It's been a great first year. Learning kind of through fire hose method, but no, it's been fun. Mr. Toby and Mr. Helberg and Mr. Ellis have been great people to bounce ideas off of, and so I've got a really good support from the admin team. But it's just been a lot of fun. I didn't know if I'd ever see myself as an elementary principal. I always thought maybe high school principal, but I really enjoy getting up and going to my job every day. It's fun seeing little guys, little munchkins from kindergarten, preschool. Some of those 3-year-olds don't even get up past my knee, but they're a lot of fun. So just the different things we've done, like today's High Five Friday. So we got the boys basketball team greeting all of our kids at the elementary, which is a lot of fun. And those kids look forward to it. They always are asking on Thursday, hey, who's coming to say hi to us tomorrow? And so we usually rotated. I think last week we were off, but we had the wrestling team in. So we try to rotate it. So we try to have fun stuff for the kids and get them excited. Just to see them smiling at school is a good thing. So,
yeah, and the role models that you're talking about, bringing these older kids in. I think all of us in this room remember when we were in 4th, 5th grade, and we got to be around some seniors.
Sure.
And oh man, was that something? You get to be around some basketball players and some wrestlers. Cannon, do you like that?
Yes, I do.
I bet you do. Yeah.
And maybe, Dave, you probably haven't seen it, but even Mr. Peterson got lured outside by a bunch of elementary students and snowballed here a couple weeks ago. There was a video shared on Facebook. Yeah.
I still am in works of getting our 4th grade teachers back because they were who was behind it. They called into the school and they said that there's an emergency. So Chrissy's like, hey, there's an emergency out front. So I came barreling outside to the entire 4th grade class hurling snowballs at me. So I took off down the sidewalk and we got them back. I finally turned around and said, just go get them. So then we grabbed snowballs and threw them at them. But yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to have those things, people having some fun, because I think sometimes we get lost in work, and we want to make sure we're smiling and having a good time too.
Yeah, and not pretending to know what your job is like, but in today's world, every position has a lot of hoops to go through, red tape to go through, and so forth. So I would imagine a smile on a kindergartner's face kind of helps that out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yesterday we did some snow blowing of the preschool pad so they could go have some recess, and one of the teachers just sent me an email with the video of the preschoolers saying thank you, and little things like that just make my day, because I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. So.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like things are going well this year, and we're happy to hear that. Nebraska State Bank, hats off to you guys. You're always doing something for communities, for the area. You have the the debit cards too that you guys started with. You can get the different logos on it
With
from
the different mascots.
Yeah.
Yep. We have 3 of those. Yep. And anybody can get one of those. The cost is $10, but that $10 does go directly to the schools. So another nice little fundraiser that we do for the schools, and people see those cards around and make comments on them. It's crazy how many comments they get just by using my Broken Bow Indians debit card places. So
all right, Cannon, what's your sports side of thing? What do you like as far as sports go?
Basketball, football, and track.
Well, that covers quite a bit of it, and so you like those sports. What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Wow.
There you go.
nice.
That's
There
why
you
he's
go.
a teller.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You think someday you might be a banker?
Yes.
You might be.
well, his mom, Erica, is one of our tellers at the bank, so he's got a good role model there,
That's
too.
right.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So you she probably hears some chatter when she comes home from work about some of the banking stuff. I really enjoyed meeting so-and-so today, and that's kind of what you're talking about. Having the kids come up and donate to their savings account makes you feel good.
Yes, it does make me feel good.
All right. All right. Anything that we didn't talk about that you guys wanted to highlight today?
I don't think so. This is our first. Nebraska State Bank has rolled this out here at Broken Bow, and we do hope to expand to other communities here in the fall. So we're just kind of getting our feet wet here in Broken Bow and learning as we go. And we've made a couple adjustments already between our first and our second day. That's been fantastic. And so we just hope to keep things rolling because this is a great program.
Yeah, it really is. One of the side notes from this is in today's world with debit cards and credit cards and internet banking and all of the things that are available that all the banks offer anymore, it's still nice to have what takes place here, and that's face-to-face doing business to where they can enjoy one another's company. So that's a real plus with this program, I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Gives them a lot of exposure and experience, and like I said, to just the leadership of these 5th graders and meeting all the, underclassmen that they might not normally communicate with, but they have this opportunity now when a student approaches Cannon for him to meet them and see what their name is and greet them and wish them a good day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it kind of works in numbers in a way. I'm sure that when the basketball team comes in, it's pretty cool to have those older guys give you the high five and the wrestlers. But you have to remember that when that second grader comes in and comes to talk to you, you're the big guy there. They're the guy that they're looking up to. That's kind of neat too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Come back and see us. And thank you, Nebraska State Bank. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. News is next right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Officials in Memphis will release police body cam video today of the alleged police beating of driver Tyree Nichols during a traffic stop. He died 3 days later. Shelby County District Attorney Steve Milroy tells CBS.
There's room for protest if people feel the need to protest, but we're hoping that protest, and we're confident, I think, that protest will be peaceful.
National Archives wants all former presidents and vice presidents to check their personal files for anything marked classified. Senate Intelligence Committee's Marco Rubio wants to know what's in materials already found.
If in fact those documents were very sensitive, materials were sensitive, and they pose a counterintelligence or national security threat to the United States, then the intelligence agencies are tasked with the job of coming up with ways to mitigate that.
In Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky, who is Jewish, marking International Holocaust Remembrance Day, urging the world to unite against indifference and hatred. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, Fremont police are investigating after a loaded handgun was found in a 4th grader's backpack Thursday morning. In a news release from Dr. Brad Dahl, the associate superintendent of the Fremont Public Schools, he thanked the teacher that reported the incident and said the protocol that they had in place worked. A staff member noticed something out of the ordinary with several students gathered around and intervened immediately. The Fremont Police Department were called in and responded and began their investigation. Both the police and the school district confirmed that no staff or students had been threatened or harmed in the incident. The district noted in its news release that the initial investigation indicated the student had brought the gun to school to, quote, show others. According to a news release from the Fremont Police Department, officers were called in at 8:19 a.m. to Milliken Park Elementary in northwest Fremont to investigate a report from a teacher that a student had brought a gun to school. An investigation revealed the complaint to be valid. Officers talked with school officials and the student, determined no direct threat had been made to any student or staff. There will be an ongoing investigation in the incident.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, where the Carolina Panthers have hired Frank Reich to be their next head coach. He was 40, 33-1 in 4.5 seasons as Colts head coach, including a 3-5-1 record this season before being fired. His teams made the playoffs twice. Reich was the starting quarterback in the first game in Carolina Panthers history back in 1995. He's now their 6th head coach. New York Jets hire former Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett as their next offensive coordinator. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn has withdrawn his name from consideration for any head coaching job. He's going to return to Dallas for next season. Meanwhile, the Cowboys announced they have let go 6 assistant coaches. Some NBA games to note. We had the Knicks knocking off the Celtics in Boston 120-117 in overtime. Julius Randle 37 points for the Knicks as they knock off the NBA's top team. Just the 6th home loss this year for Boston. Pistons go into Brooklyn, beat the Nets 130-122 despite 40 points from Kyrie Irving. Nets are now 2-6 without injured star Kevin Durant. Cavaliers beat the Rockets 113-95.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Staying breezy today, sunshine with our high nearing 37. Westerly winds between 5 and 25 and gusting as high as 35. Some snow and rain showers possible overnight with a low around 16. Southeast winds between 10 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Snow flurries may continue throughout Saturday, cloudy with a high of 23. North winds still between 20 and 25 and gusting as high as 35. And cloudy and 5 below throughout Saturday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
They grow up so fast, and soon enough they're off to college. But as time goes by, the cost of tuition continues to rise. You know that college is important, but the expenses may seem out of reach. Edward Jones can help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. Let's work together to help you tackle growing college expenses. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is 8:07, and let me get my little clipboard here. It's 34 degrees outside. Winds are out of the northwest. They will be a factor today and have been. Barometric pressures at 29, 89 and rising. Humidity at 75%. And again, our high yesterday was 32. But again, weird numbers because the overnight low was 31, and it all changed somewhere around midnight or either side of midnight and started warming up, and it was 40 degrees overnight at one time, 37 when we arrived here this morning, and then it dropped down to 34 and 5, and that's where we're at right now. So it'll warm up overnight again, but we'll want to enjoy any temperatures that have the warming effect because going into the next few days, we'll be going the other direction. Sunset today at 5:47, sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:54. 1/100th of an inch precipitation measured this morning from a mix of snow, and was actually some raindrops on the windshields this morning, and the cement was wet, so we're at 2 inches and 20 for the month. That's a look at weather and news. Thanks to Edward Jones for making that possible. We'll be right back with more of The Breakfast Show.
MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Introducing a 6-piece towel set that includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. Right now, you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code SKY. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code SKY. Or call 800-635-1825. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY.
For everything your business needs to make this year your year, Staples has you covered.
I need to organize all my papers and files from last year and the year before that.
Staples has you covered.
I need to clear clutter from my office, and my home office, and my home.
Staples has you covered with everything you need to get organized this year at amazing savings. Right now at Staples, get up to 50% off select file folders, file cabinets, file boxes, and storage bins. Make this year your year at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 128 in-store only.
10 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. More chances today to register for the 2 tickets to the Blake Shelton concert coming up on February 16th, so stick around for that. We'll do quite a few of those today because I realized yesterday that we're going to have a few extras that I didn't tabulate correctly. So we want to get 42 if we can. So we'll tear into that here in a little bit, and Brent will get his singing voice warmed up, as I will. See if I can, entertain you with some high-quality vocals and some poetry. Or you can sing yourself or sing along, whatever you folks want out there. Main thing is get registered if you want to go to the show. $250 spending money to go along with those 2 tickets, and they're valuable tickets. We purchased those at the Custer County Foundation Gala. And they're second row on the floor. You won't get much closer than that. If you want to see Blake up close, see if he looks any different than he does on television. Or you could actually ask him about his marital status while you're there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just a thought. Let me celebrate a birthday or two real quick here. If you're having a birthday today, we didn't have any local ones that we received, but we do have just a few celebrity birthdays. Nick Mason, age 79 today. Kind of interesting. He's the drummer for Pink Floyd, and he is the only member that has been featured on every Pink Floyd album.
Oh, wow.
Because Pink Floyd has had some breakups and some legal battles and so forth, unfortunately. And he has been a constant member since its formation, clear back in 1965. So he is 79 today with that steady beat. And James Cromwell is 83 today.
Oh, fabulous actor.
Yes. 6 Feet Under, the Revenge of the Nerds film, and Babe, Boardwalk Empire, to name a few. And that's the 2 birthdays that we have. I don't know for sure how to pronounce this. Is Tom Cruise's first ex-wife? His first ex-wife.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know? I don't know.
I don't know who he was married to first. I don't know.
Mimi or Mimi Rogers?
Oh, Mimi.
Mimi.
Yeah, Mimi Rogers.
M-I-M-I Rogers.
I don't know if I knew they were married. They were married?
So it says here.
Oh, okay.
Ex-wife of Tom Cruise, stars as Honey Chandler in the Bosch TV series. She also played Ashton Kutcher's mom in 2.5 Men. Mimi?
Mimi Rogers. Yeah.
Mimi.
She's celebrating a birthday today?
She is 67.
67 today.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Sarah McLaughlin's birthday and Alan Alda's birthday. He's 87.
Wow,
tomorrow.
Really?
Tomorrow, yeah.
I still am a MASH fan.
A lot of people are.
Love that series. What a great character he played, Hawkeye.
You should probably know that the jackpot, the Powerball jackpot, is over $500 million again.
Oh, boy.
And we didn't have a winner on Wednesday. So Saturday's jackpot is now $572 million. That's the 5th jackpot in the last year to break the $500 million mark. Big jackpots are becoming so common that this one doesn't even crack the top 10 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So who needs $500 million all at once or even over a period of time? Needs and wants. Wants and needs. It always fascinates me. Did you happen to hear or read or see the Uber Eats guy walk onto the field during play the other day, stopping the game. College basketball
what game?
ESPN was covering a college basketball game. The Duquesne, Loyola and Duquesne were playing, and he was looking for a customer who he was going to deliver McDonald's to.
At the game?
Yes. A clueless Uber Eats guy walked onto the court.
Oh, awesome!
Looking for the customer who
I've
ordered
got to
McDonald's.
I've got to look up the video for this. I want to see this.
The refs stopped the game and shooed away the delivery guy, and the game then resumed. We're not sure if the person that ordered the McDonald's ever got it.
I was going to say, yeah. You know, that could be an interesting addition to a ball game. Just, put the PA announcer in charge. Just while the game's in progress, PA guy just comes over the Jim Evans. Jim Evans, your Uber order for McDonald's has arrived. Go to section 112 to pick up your order.
Unfortunately, that did not happen, and this guy walked out on the court. He must have been kind of in the, looking, didn't realize he was walking on to the court.
I think it would have been great if it would have ended up being a coach that ordered it.
Or wish out one of the players.
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches. Hey, that's mine. Bring it here.
That Big Mac over here, please. Boy, the fries are going to make the basketball a little slippery.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank you.
Casey is here from Mid-Plains Community College.
I am.
How's things?
We're doing great.
Have you ever used a Uber Eats guy?
I was listening to you guys talk about. That sounds a little fishy.
Well, it kind of does. Maybe they were looking for free PR.
I think it's a great idea.
That's what I think.
I think it's a great idea. I'll be honest, as a sports announcer, just like yesterday, we did 4 games. I couldn't go anywhere. Maybe I could contact Uber and have them deliver me a meal while I'm calling the game.
Right to your
That'd be
microphone.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think that would work because you'd still have to eat it sometime. How are you going to eat and call a game at the same time?
Let me tell you something. I'm amazing. I can multitask.
You can get a fry down in between.
I would attest to that. But how did he get? I mean, if you've ever been to say a Husker volleyball game, those people at the door, they are like gatekeepers. I mean, you don't go anywhere.
No.
So that's why I'm like, that's promotional. McDonald's paid for that.
They may have. Besides, you have concessions in the house. They're probably not really wanting to have outside food coming in.
I've never quite understood Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever for fast food. I mean, everybody likes a little McDonald's fries now and then, but by the time somebody goes and gets it and delivers it to you, I mean...
Especially in the city.
Yeah. They're going to be cold. You can't microwave those.
No, you can't. I've tried and it don't work.
No. My daughter, my college student, will, every now and then she'll say, "Oh, I just Ubered some Chick-fil-A." I'm like, gross. I mean, I love Chick-fil-A, but isn't it cold by now?
Oh gosh.
Hey, I talked to and saw. I guess in a way he'd be your boss.
Yes.
Ryan Purdy.
Oh, well,
yesterday,
yes. He's the big boss.
I talked to Ryan, and then when we went to North Platte Community College to do the basketball games yesterday, we walked in and just happened to run into him in the hall and visited. What just an outstanding. I don't know him very well. Just talked to him on the phone and talked to him a little bit yesterday, but what a great person. You can tell his love for people, his love for kids, and his love for Mid-Plains Community College.
He really does. He's great. He and I started our current roles on the same day. Piece of trivia for you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just so down to earth, and he's the type of president that I can pick up the phone and text him. Hey, saw you at the basketball game, and he'll text right back and say, yeah, good luck to Broken Bow or whatever. And it's great. His kids are similar in age to mine, and he's just a big part of the community in North Platte, but he also tries to really make it he knows Broken Bow. He might not make it over here very often, but he knows Broken Bow. He knows Ogallala, Valentine. He's just a guy of the Sandhills. So
yeah,
great guy.
Down to earth, as you say, and makes you feel real comfortable real quick. And you can tell that on the reports they do here on KCNI after their monthly meetings. It's very informative, pretty casual, nothing too fancy, nothing stiff about it. So it's great to work with him.
That's kind of Mid-Plains in a nutshell right there. Is not too fancy, pretty casual, but we get the job done.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, I just came up. I'll contact marketing later.
Yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
Don't lose it. Don't lose it.
But that is what we do. I mean, we are here for people. We're here to fill in gaps where needed. That's what we try to do. So, yeah.
So, what are you offering right now? What's on the plate?
So, first, I want to give a big thank you to Mo Hunsberger. We had a rescheduled session last night on residential real estate. She came in and talked to a group about, just the whole buying and selling process. It's a hot market right now, and a lot of people are looking at, maybe selling their home, buying a rental, or buying a different home. And we had that scheduled for last week, but something happened that we couldn't do that.
Little event.
A little snowfall there. So we had that last night. Really excited for her to come and do that, because if you've ever talked to Mo, she's a great person to listen to and very dynamic also. So thanks to Mo for that. I think she's going to be back later this spring with another session, so that'll be fun. I want to again mention our nurse aid class that is coming up. I've talked about this a lot, but I'm going to keep talking about it a lot because it's important. Yeah. We have our next nurse aid class is coming up starting on February 13th. This will be we're calling it an online class, but it's actually more of like a hybrid class. Like your lecture and the quizzes and tests and things are all done online. And you watch all the videos and do all the learning part online. And then you come in to the campus on 6 days for your labs. So we don't technically call it hybrid, but I'm gonna call it hybrid.
Tag that.
Yeah. Because it's a convenient way to be able to get your nurse aid certification. And only really realistically have to take 6 days off of work or off of school. So we've got some high school students that are coming in. Their schools are allowing them to, they check their grades and things and make sure they're caught up. And then they allow them those 6 days to come in. They're all on Wednesdays. So the labs start in March and they continue on into April, 6 Wednesdays. And we've got the time set up to where a high school student can go check into school, get to Broken Bow by 8:30, and then they're back home by 3:30 in time for after school practice or speech and activities and things like that. So it's a convenient way to get your nurse aid certificate, nursing assistant certificate. So we're excited for that one. Again, it will start February 13th with the labs to start March 8th in Broken Bow. And if you give us a call, we can give you that complete schedule so you know what that is. I only have 2 spots left for that class. So we'll keep talking about it until it's probably up to the first day, because sometimes we get, people change their minds and whatnot. So if we are full, we will put you on the wait list. It's a great class to get into. So don't forget that one.
Very important, and it's also a gateway or a door to the first step in that profession. They may want to go further with that, but this is the one that gets them going, right?
Absolutely. You have to. If you want to be a nurse, you got to be a nursing assistant first. So. Yeah. So.
And I think it's worth mentioning. I do know this Mid-Plains Community College nursing program is highly regarded and highly respected.
Yeah. Always full. Usually waitlisted to get into that program. We work with a lot of students here who are taking some of the prep courses that will get you ready to take to go over to North Platte and do the nursing program. We can do part of the nursing program here in Broken Bow. Part of it takes place in North Platte. So yeah, it's a great career builder. We get a lot of current nurses that may have their LPN license and they're wanting to go back and finish out that RN. So we get a lot of those too. So it's always nice. So,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question that maybe I shouldn't, but I hope it's a good question.
I'll field it as best I can.
Okay. Now, when young people out there, or not even just people that decide, you know what, I want to get into HVAC, I want to get into welding, I want to get into these jobs that are paying so well that I can step it right into and start making some money sooner than later, as compared to a 4-year college trip where you start applying your senior year and looking for work. Are there ways you can transfer credits from Mid-Plains and early classes to other, I don't know the proper wording, but I used to call them trade schools. Is that possible? Or do you just offer it right through Mid-Plains and they're good to go?
Oh, yeah. So the way that it works, if you want to get a degree in welding, and there's different levels.
Okay.
I'll say you can get a certificate in welding, which is about 18 hours, and you're learning just the bare bones basic.
Okay.
Here's what you need to do to go be a welder, and if that is what your job requires of you, then you can do that, relatively quickly, and go continue working and go on from there. You can get a diploma, which is about 30 credit hours. And that's just a little bit more advanced than you would in a certificate. And then you can get a full-on associate's degree. And that's, with our early entry students, that's what we talk to them about. You want to be a welder? Okay. Do you want the full degree? And a lot of them do. It's a good first step, and especially if they ever have an aspiration of owning their own business maybe someday, having that degree is going to be a good thing for you, because we mix in other classes other than just welding that's going to teach you about, adulting. Let's call it that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and so what we find with a lot of early entry students is if they're going to go and get a welding degree, we want you to go and immerse yourself in that program. If you're going to go to North Platte, go there, and it's the type of program where you're Monday through Thursday 8 to 4, and you're going to class. Okay, but what you can do while you're in high school is take those extra courses that are required for the degree, but get those done and out of the way. So things like your English class, your speech class, your business course. I always recommend that you take an intro to business course, because again, if you think there's a chance you're going to buy out your boss, or maybe you're going to take over the family business someday, you have to have a little bit of that background. Take a personal finance course. Take some of those classes that are going to teach you how to keep track of the money side, because even if you just love welding, that's great, but you still have to know about how to send a bill and get a bill back and pay your taxes and things like that. So so that's what we recommend for our early students, is get those ones out of the way. And sometimes they look at me like, really?
Well,
you want me to take a speech course? I want to be a welder. Well, that's true, but someday you might find yourself on The Breakfast Show talking about your welding business.
There you go.
And you need to communicate with people to do your business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all part of it.
Yeah. So
Okay. All right.
I always talk about my husband as one of those perfect examples. When he was in high school, he wanted to go be a machinist. That's that. If he could go back, he will tell you this. If he could go back and take some of those higher level English courses, maybe, the things that nobody wants to do, but you need to do, he would do that, because in his position now, it would be helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we understand that when we think about when we were 15 years old or 16 years old or 18 years old, whatever the case may be, is you're going, I don't need that. I'm interested in, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life once I get out of high school, and that hardly ever happens anyway.
Right.
And so, if you can get the kids to go ahead and take those courses, I can understand where it'd be beneficial, just overall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that used to be a harder sell in a way. Correct me if I'm wrong, but You used to hear, well, go ahead and just go to school to learn a trade, and you can start a job right away, and you'll make some pretty good money. Well, I don't think you have to sell very hard now when they see what some of the starting salaries are out there for some of those positions as electricians, HVAC, welders, heavy equipment people, whatever the case may be. They're offering starting wages plus hiring bonuses that nobody ever would have thought would have been available in 2023, right?
Absolutely. I mean, those are, you're not talking about just even a $20 an hour job. You're talking 30, 40, 50 plus dollars an hour. I mean, that's incredible for a 20-year-old.
It is. It wasn't that long ago. We were looking at $7.25 per hour minimum wage, and so that's all changing. And those opportunities are real, and they were real before, but now the numbers are there.
I was just having a conversation the other day with a potential instructor that's coming into our campus about just, like students and their potential, and not boxing them into what they think they should do or what they think they need to do. When I meet with students, especially high school students, when we're talking about, should you take Mrs. Edwards' college algebra class for credit? That's the number one question there. Should I do it? Should I not take it? And I always want to counsel them to leave your options open. I know it doesn't seem like right now college algebra will be a big deal to you, but someday if you decide to finish that degree or to go on and get a different degree and you're 28, you don't want to have to remember college algebra when you're 10 years removed from high school.
Sure.
It's a foreign language, let's face it. Math is difficult, so take it now while you're in the school mode. You have your parents at home that are helping you, pushing you. You have Mrs. Edwards or Mrs. Stamp or Mr. Garner, or all these teachers that are there to help you. Do it now. It doesn't cost you very much, especially with Mid-Plains' decreased tuition rate for high school students at $46 per credit hour. That's pretty darn good.
It's real good.
Yeah, do that now. So you might not ever use it. You might not ever apply it anywhere, but then again, you might. So let's keep our options open.
And, never hurts to learn.
Exactly.
Exactly. You have that in the bank.
The famous, when am I ever going to use this? I just heard that from my daughter the other night. When am I ever going to use this? Well, I don't know when you're ever going to factor something, but you did learn how to figure out something and problem solve. So that's something. And then she gives me that.
That look.
Yeah.
We've all
woolly
seen
eye look.
Well, there's folks out there, many of them going, I didn't really, the example we always use, you took a half a semester at typing and you couldn't understand why you needed to learn how to type. I wasn't, especially on the guy side at that point in the world, it's like, well, I'm not going to go work in an office. What are they talking about?
I don't own a typewriter.
No, I don't.
And now look at us.
Keyboard in front of every room we walk into, right?
You can't even watch television without typing something now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but just keep your options open. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
I always welcome, I spend a lot of time talking to students, but I always welcome parents to call too, because I know what it's like. I've been there. And I do this for a job every day. And when my kid went through high school the first time, I was like, what are we doing? I mean, it's tough, and it's a difficult road to navigate when you don't know what you're doing, especially if it's your first one. So call. I'd love to help and answer any questions that I can. So
okay. And let's face it, the reality is sometimes our kids will listen to someone else a little bit better than they listen to the parent in certain circumstances like that.
I've heard that before, yeah.
Maybe in more circumstances than we would like.
Right, exactly, yes.
Thanks, Casey.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Nice conversation. We'll be back with more right after these words.
Gary's Superfoods, online at Gary'sSuperfoods.com. Save right now with USDA boneless beef arm shoulder roast at $3.99 a pound. Open Acres whole chicken fryers are $1.69 a pound. Or get 3-pound bags of mandarins or 4-pound bags of navel oranges for $3.99. For your pasta night, Our Family pasta sauces are $1.49. For a delicious dessert, choose Our Family Premium Ice Creams at $3.49. Gary Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
A new year. Same great service and products at Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Centrum multivitamin tablets in 120 count for men or women are $11.49. Save on Century 50 Plus for men or women in a 100 count for $7.49. Century 120 count multivitamins are $7.99. Vitamin B12 is available in a variety of strengths and counts as well. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Is winter weather and the fear of falling keeping you indoors for the season? Don't fall. Give Pearson's a call. Poor balance and falls can diminish your ability to lead an active and independent life, but you don't have to accept them as a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 308-872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment with one of our therapists. That's Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 in Broken Bow.
Master the mealtime rush with a refrigerator that helps you cut down on clutter. The Whirlpool 4-door refrigerator keeps groceries in sight and easy to find. From easy reach shelves to a flexible ice bin, see how the 4 sleek compartments help keep ingredients organized so you can get dinner to the table. Visit Lines Appliance in Broken Bow to learn more.
8:36, Brent and Dave with you here on the Breakfast Show. Thanks for tuning in. We're just talking about starting salaries for all sorts of jobs these days. Very inviting. We have some job openings that we're going to tell you about this morning, but I wanted to make a comparison here because we just had some folks in from the school, Mr. Peterson, the principal at North Park Elementary, and of course Cannon Toby, a 5th grade student, and Amber Reinierson with the Nebraska State Bank, talking about how wonderful the kids are and how much fun they have doing these kinds of projects that Nebraska State Bank has introduced. And the teaching process is more than just in the classroom. We just heard Casey talking about that. So where do we stand with financial carrots for teachers? Here's an example, Brent. A former New York City school teacher now makes 6 figures walking dogs.
Oh, wow. So they were a teacher.
Yes.
Quit teaching because they can make more money walking dogs.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Michael Joseph, who used to be a special needs teacher making about $40,000 a year in New York City, now walks dogs and makes 6 figures.
Wow.
As a special needs teacher, he decided to start walking dogs back in 2019 to make some extra money. Then he quit his job in education and now makes 3 times his teaching salary just walking other people's dogs. He owns a pet service called Parkside Pups, and he even has branched out to New Jersey now. So there's a couple questions that pop up with this story that I might just throw out.
Okay.
Okay. $40,000 a year in New York City would be like making $22,000 a year in Custer County, or even
less.
Mm-hmm. So how do they expect to keep teachers interested when they're in that wage bracket? The other part of that is, what does that tell us about the priorities of our society that will pay someone enough money to triple their salary teaching school to walk their dog? It's kind of a scary question or two, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, well, as my old friend Jake used to say, whatever.
Whatever. It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, here's some of those jobs we're going to be telling you about. If you like kids and you have the abilities to work with kids, the Broken Bow Library Foundation has a job for you. They have an opening at the library in the children's department. And Brent has details about that, if you wouldn't mind passing that along.
Position provides children's services and manages the children's library in direct cooperation with the library director. The position would require strong verbal, written, and interpersonal skills, and preferably a 2-year or 4-year college degree. Applications and job descriptions are available at the city clerk's office in Broken Bow, located on the main floor at 314 South 10th Avenue, or you can go to the city's website to find out more. It's cityofbrokenbow.org. You can then submit your application and related information to the City of Broken Bow. Now, if you just want to visit more about what the position entails, you can contact Library Director Megan Swoboda at the library at 872-2927.
Continuing on with our priorities question, let's answer the question here in Custer County in central Nebraska. We have a group of people that are on a board through the Custer County Foundation who make sure communities get a little extra money for community projects, and they also have scholarships that they hand out. The fall grant recipients for 2022 in the communities were Ansley, Arnold, Comstock, the Finch Memorial Library, Mason City Rural Fire Protection, Myrna Volunteer Fire Department, the Spartan Youth Foundation. They have all received money from the foundation. 2022 grant program at a glance. Total organizations that submitted applications, 26. Total organizations awarded grants, 23. 3 non-traditional students who submitted application for grants were awarded. $92,225 total grant amount awarded. And they've donated through this foundation $977,000 and $977,782 since 1991. Almost $1 million have been awarded through the grant program and scholarship program at the Custer County Foundation. So
Fabulous.
I think we can say we understand the importance of education for our young people. And this particular group is an example of that. Nebraska State Bank just in with an example of that, and there's many others, lending institutions and others who work with students as well. So hopefully we're doing a little better than the gentleman in New York who was able to triple his salary walking a dog rather than teaching. That kind of bugs some of us, I think.
I can tell. I hear it. Yeah. Again, I just don't know of a word to say other than interesting. That just creates all kinds of interesting thoughts and questions, doesn't it?
It does. It does. All right. We better get busy.
Okay.
Are your vocal cords warmed up?
Not really.
Well, let's get them warmed up.
I'm trying to save my vocal cords for later tonight.
Well, fortunately, any of these clips that we're going to use in the near future are only maybe 8 to 10 seconds long. So you won't have to sing a long time if they would like you to sing. And if you call in at 872-2801, I'll try that again, 872-2801, you'll have plenty of options.
Okay.
Poetry from Dave, singing from Brent. You can sing along. There's all sorts of things here we'll do to get you registered for a chance to win those 2 tickets. This time around brought to you by Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent. Here we go.
42 finalists. A free breakfast buffet up at Tumbleweed Cafe. 1 winner of Blake Sheldon tickets and money. Get ready to call now.
Call us at 872-2801. And again, you can sing along with Brent and Blake. You can sing all by yourself. Or you can ask us to sing together with you. The combinations are available to you. Or I would just love to read some poetry to you this morning with using Blake Shelton lyrics. So the number is 872-2801. Do not be shy. Call us if you want to get in.
Yeah, basically, listen, if you call in, you're going to get registered.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
That's right. So we'll wait for your call. Don't be shy. 872-2801. We'll give you 30 seconds to call us while you listen to this from Ollie's Coffee House and Boutique in Sargent.
Main Street Sargent is a happening place, and your friends at Ollie's Coffee and Boutique want to see you sometime soon. Make sure you swing by their Facebook page to see all the fun they have going on. When you come through the door, you can shop, sip a coffee, a smoothie, or tea, relax and read, play games, let the kids explore the kids area, and more. The boutique has a great selection of gifts, home decor, and of course, clothing. Open Monday to Friday, 8 to 5:30, and Saturday, 9 to 5, closed Sunday. Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent.
8:45, we have a caller on the line. Let's find out who our caller is. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Millie.
Millie.
Hi, Millie.
Oh, Millie, happy belated birthday to you.
Well, thank you. It's just another year, you know.
We know. I hear you, Millie.
I'm older than both of you, so.
Well, a little bit. Not that much than yours truly. You're a little older than Brent.
Well, you know, I was a war baby, as they called it.
Yeah, a baby boomer baby.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what you would like us to do to get registered. All you have to do is tell us. Do you want to sing along with Brent? Would you like us to sing? Would you like Brent to sing? Or would you like to hear some exquisite...
I want both of you to sing. I want to be a cowboy.
Oh, come back as a cowboy?
Yeah, country boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my lyrics out, Millie.
We're getting some requests for duets now, you and I.
Yeah, that's great. So you don't want to hear the poetry, is what you're saying. You don't want to hear the poetry.
No, I'm not a poetry person.
Well, even
Thank
if
you, Millie,
even if you
for
were
not requesting that.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
So when I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Oh, thank you, Millie. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome.
I heard you singing.
She was singing
Yeah, I
along.
was.
You did a great
I was.
job. Yeah.
You did a nice job. Okay, we're going to take a 60-second timeout. Millie, I want to get your phone number. We know who you are, but I want to get your phone number off the air here, so stay with us, okay?
Okay.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, and Silver debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is Darby Lyon with Triangle J Ranch, inviting you to our 33rd annual bull sale, Sunday, January 29th, starting at 1 p.m. The offering includes 260 Angus, Simmental, and Sim-Angus hybrid bulls. This is Nebraska's largest source of homozygous black, homozygous polled Sim-Angus genetics. Visit our website at trianglejranch.com or call us for a catalog at 308-627-5085. We will see you at the ranch north of Miller on January 29th.
8:48 is your time. Thanks to Millie for calling in. And do you think I'm hitting that last note okay? You know, the last note on this when I die part?
Sure. Yeah, I think you're hitting it, Dave. Absolutely.
I think I better try it again.
Oh, boy.
Hold on here.
So when I die, I come back as a country boy.
Hey, that doesn't sound too bad.
There ain't no better life if you ask me.
Oh, wow. You know, I think you, wow, that was amazing. That, in fact, I hear dogs howling across Custer County right now. Joining in with you.
So every once in a while, I know we played some country oldies the other day, and we got some nice comments coming in online saying, "Hey, I love those old country songs," and I do too. I like those old like 6 Days
me
on the
too.
Road and all those. And then we'd like to change it up, day to day.
Sure.
I know that most all radio stations, they have one format and they stick to it and they play the same thing. We have the pleasure of having a rock station and a pure country station. And so we, during the breakfast show, can dabble in both.
And we even go beyond that. That's what I love about the breakfast show. We just kind of take charges, play whatever we want to.
Exactly. And
which sometimes resonates with people and sometimes maybe not so much.
It's the risk you take.
It is.
But it's so boring otherwise. And I've lately been on a Marcus King Band kick. And I'm discovering that this young man is playing with everybody, and he is very good acoustically, and he has this, I don't know if the right description is tenor voice, but a very high voice. He can hit all kinds of notes. He's an awesome guitar player. I happened to see and listen to a cut where he played Can't You See by Marshall Tucker with his father, who was a guitarist, and did some solo runs on the guitar with Can't You See. So his music background must be, pretty solid. But he's playing with everybody. He's touring quite a bit with Tyler Childers, and right now, going into spring, he'll be in Europe on his own quite a bit. And as the old saying goes and repeats itself, the Europeans have always had a better understanding of blues music than we do here, and those kind of guys get treated pretty well in Europe, where they get treated okay here, but there's so many different genres of music anymore, and maybe blues right now is a little less appreciated than it was in the 90s. It kind of peaked there. But anyway, he's an amazing young man. Now, this is where my mother would say, I was listening to the breakfast show, and you guys started playing some crazy music, and so I quit listening for a while and came back later. So just for you folks out there who are like my mother, this will be the case. I don't blame her, but we do want to kind of dabble in everything, and this guy here I hope is going to be around for a while. Marcus King Band, this is one he did called Blood on the Tracks. The Marcus King Band, Blood on the Tracks. Now, this would be something like I've been asked recently.
Okay.
From, actually, Chris Lager called me here a while back, says, Dave, don't you think we could do one more Blues Fest?
Oh, wow.
Maybe at another location. And I didn't really. I said, I'll think about it. At this point in life, I'm not sure that's in my menu. But if I could get Marcus King Band to come and play with Chris Lager, I'd probably really consider doing it.
You just need other people to organize it, and for the first time, you get to go as just a spectator.
Yes and no.
Oh?
Yeah. I would still want to, be involved in the booking of the bands.
I see.
And maybe how the show runs. I just wouldn't want to lift all the lumber to do it.
Yeah. Took a lot of work behind the scenes, didn't it, to pull that off?
And as I said before, if I kept having it, I wouldn't have any friends left. Because they were all good about helping every year, all the volunteers. It was fantastic. But this guy here gets my blood kind of boiling. And I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be playing. By the way, he is so versatile. I caught a cover of him doing a Carpenters song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's all over the place, but very interesting. Okay, you have something very interesting you would like to highlight next hour.
Yes.
And tell the folks what it might be.
Well, we just want to start promoting heavily, I think, that Dylan Reynolds. Dylan, of course, is a graduate of Broken Bow High School, and coming up a week from tomorrow on February the 4th, Dylan Reynolds will be inducted into the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame. Was a tremendous athlete when he was here at Broken Bow, a highly decorated three-sport star in football, basketball, and especially track, when he just did all kinds of amazing things. So Dylan will be inducted in between the girls' varsity and boys' varsity basketball games between Broken Bow and Ogallala on February the 4th. They expect that to be approximately 4:30 or so. So please join the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club in celebrating Dylan's athletic achievements in his Hall of Fame induction. And when this happens, in the past, we've always liked to broadcast the basketball games when a person is being inducted, and then we invite that person up to join us during the broadcast, and we visit. Well, that happens to be the day of state wrestling duels. So we'll be in Kearney that day covering those. So I had the wonderful opportunity a few days ago to visit with Dylan about his honor via the telephone. So next week, we encourage you to be watching sandhillsexpress.com. We'll be releasing a story and posting that probably Tuesday of next week, and we'll include the full interview in that story as well that you can listen to. But just thoroughly enjoyed our visit with Dylan. He's currently in Arkansas as an ICU nurse and doing some great things in his career, and we had a lot of fun reminiscing about some of the things he accomplished when he was in high school. So congratulations to him. We encourage you to go out and support him and celebrate his athletic achievements for Broken Bow High School, and he'll be inducted into the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame on February the 4th.
All right, very good. We'll look forward to that interview a little later on. Or do you want to run that today or later on?
Well, that's up to you. If you, it's recorded. You're welcome to play it back today, or we'll have a story that'll run in the sports next week. But yeah, you can feel free to play the interview anytime you would like.
That was what was called a programming decision on the fly, live on the radio.
Yes, and I don't think we made a decision.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
News is next.
The morning Sandhills Drive never sounded so good.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Memphis is a city on edge, waiting for the release of police body cam video showing a driver, Tyree Nichols, allegedly being beaten after a traffic stop. He died 3 days later. Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy tells CBS Mornings.
What I hope will happen is that this will spark a broader conversation about how we can change that culture, how we can improve supervision on the part of the police.
The Commerce Department says shoppers were holding back in December as inflation slowed. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Households spent a little bit less in December, though income held up, and that meant that the savings rate increased.
Arizona lawmakers are considering a bill that would charge fentanyl dealers with first-degree murder for overdose deaths. Kara Jansen, a recovering addict, testified against the proposal.
We can't incarcerate this problem away. People need support from the community.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, where the Carolina Panthers have hired Frank Reich to be their next head coach. He was 40, 33-1 in 4.5 seasons as Colts head coach, including a 3-5-1 record this season before being fired. His teams made the playoffs twice. Reich was the starting quarterback in the first game in Carolina Panthers history back in 1995. He's now their 6th head coach. New York Jets hire former Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett as their next offensive coordinator. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn has withdrawn his name from consideration for any head coaching job. He's going to return to Dallas for next season. Meanwhile, the Cowboys announced they have let go 6 assistant coaches. Some NBA games to note. We had the Knicks knocking off the Celtics in Boston 120-117 in overtime. Julius Randle 37 points for the Knicks as they knock off the NBA's top team. Just the 6th home loss this year for Boston. Pistons go into Brooklyn, beat the Nets 130-122 despite 40 points from Kyrie Irving. Nets are now 2-6 without injured star Kevin Durant. Cavaliers beat the Rockets 113-95.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Staying breezy today, sunshine with our high nearing 37. Westerly winds between 5 and 25 and gusting as high as 35. Some snow and rain showers possible overnight with a low around 16. Southeast winds between 10 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Snow flurries may continue throughout Saturday, cloudy with a high of 23. North winds still between 20 and 25 and gusting as high as 35. And cloudy and 5 below throughout Saturday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials, to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
904, 29 degrees outside. Thanks to Custer Electric and Irrigation for bringing you weather and news at 9 here on The Breakfast Show. I want to talk a little bit about the Whiskey Barrel real quick here and remind you that they're open 7 days a week, and they're located on Highway 2, right near the First Avenue stoplight, right across from Gateway Motors, right between your friends at Subway and Vet Care. And Stan would love to have you stop in and visit. Always take a look at his marquee. He always has some interesting thoughts on the front, and he has interesting thoughts inside. If you'd like to visit with Stan about anything, he is willing to visit with you, and that's what they offer there is good hometown service, beautiful, clean store, all the products that you can think of. And by the way, if they have something there, or I should say if they don't have something there that you're looking for, they can try to get that for you as far as spirits go. All different kinds of different beers, domestic and otherwise. And it's all really kept cold. If you want to just walk in and purchase it out of the cooler, it will be as cold as ice, or actually a little colder, because when you put the beverage in the cooler, you're actually warming it up, because Stan has the coolers running right at the edge of freezing. So If you're just on your way home and you want to pick something up for the fridge, it'll be cold when you pick it up, and it won't. You probably warm it up putting in your refrigerator. But Stan would love to have you stop in. They're open 7 days a week, and they would love to have you come in and visit. And remember that their prices are fair and balanced.
Oh.
I hate to use
Wow.
that term because it really doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm going to go ahead and say, based on their competition, they are right in the ballpark. Don't worry about glitzy specials to get you in the door and then having you pay more for something else. They price everything fairly at the Whiskey Barrel. Right up the road, Sylvester's. And today is Friday, and today is the rescheduled karaoke that is taking place that got snowed out last week. Freddie got them back and has them all set up for tonight for you to go out and do some singing and have some fun.
Absolutely. Thunder Karaoke is back tonight at Sylvester's. So grab your friends, pull them up on stage, sing that song that you've been singing in the car all week. Now sing it in front of everybody. It'll be tonight, karaoke at Sylvester's in Broken Bow from 9 to 1, all happening at the Quiet Little Place. That rocks! Ooh. Man, you really are getting into this dramatization of things, aren't you?
Yeah, I think you evolve and go full circle back from when you were younger. And I'm getting back into the adolescence portion of my life, getting back to, where I'm excited about the arts and poetry and the real meaning of life. Yes. So let me try that again.
Yes.
That rocks! Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah.
I've embarrassed you this week. I can tell. There's
No,
times
you
that
haven't embarrassed me at all.
Yeah.
No.
You mean
I'm just embarrassed for you.
You think I've embarrassed myself?
I don't know. Can you and I do that anymore? Yeah, I mean, can you and I embarrass ourselves any more than we've already, than we already have in the past?
If we have, I don't really care. I'd like to get these folks to the Blues Fest.
Does that mean you're bringing it back?
No.
Okay.
But in Dream World, ooh, this would be great.
After the newborn shadows slowly
Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks together with Soul Sweet Song. Good to have you aboard. We talk about it almost every day on one station or the other because it's so important. Community members have taken it upon themselves to bring awareness of mental health issues here in our listening area. We tend to put our heads in the sand in this area, and we're getting better at it, but we need to keep reminding ourselves that there's people in need out there. Could be your neighbor, could be somebody in your church or your school or in your neighborhood or someone in your family that needs help. And the importance of reaching out is so vital right now in the world we live in. I mean, all you have to do is listen to the news once or twice a day, and it just makes you wonder what's going on, and that can wear on all of us. And in the wintertime, during the seasonal affective disorder time that they talk about, it even intensifies that. About 5% of the U.S. population are afflicted with these problems, and women far more often than men. So here's the solution, or at least a start to the solution, and that is a resource that has been made through these folks here in Custer County. It's a website, mhpcc.org. It's a very simple site. It has listings on it that tells you numbers and contacts and organizations that can help someone who is suffering with mental stress or illness, especially during this time of year. So there you go. mhpcc.org is the website to go to. Take a look at it for yourself. In case you need to recommend it to somebody else, you can kind of give them a heads up to what's there. But it's there at, of course, no charge. It's a community service put on by members who are concerned about some of the things that have happened here in our area in the last few years. Here's Brent.
Here's another job opportunity for you. Custer County Farm Service Agency is seeking to fill a full-time, permanent county program technician position at the county office here in Broken Bow. County program technicians are responsible for carrying out office activities and functions pertaining to the technical assistance and program support related to FSA farm and farm loan programs. Basic requirements include general office clerical work, record keeping, computer ability, organizational skills, and of course good public relations skills. The position offers benefits such as health insurance, a 401k, paid holidays, vacation and sick leave, and flexible work schedules. To find out more, we direct you to the full posting, which is on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page, or you'll find a link that you can access to take you to the website to apply for the position. You'll also find information that you can access if you want to find out more about the position. Again, the Custer County Farm Service Agency seeking a full-time permanent county program technician.
Thank you, Brent. We told you we have some jobs to tell you about. Here's one of those. The Custer County Ag Society has an open position for a ground supervisor. Now, this will require semi-skilled manual labor abilities while providing basic maintenance functions in the operation and upkeep of the Custer County Fairgrounds facilities. Duties will be to perform general supervision of the Custer County Ag Society work team, employ, supervise, and take care of maintenance laborers and seasonal workers involved in the maintenance. And they'll also, of course, want you to work on preventative functions for the fairgrounds, as well as be responsible for the safe and efficient use of various hand and power tools and assorted light equipment such as lawnmowers and tractors used in the upkeep of the fairgrounds and fairgrounds facilities. Of course, being able to plan for the facility maintenance and repairs of the Custer County Fairgrounds, of course, would be a part of that. For more information or to apply, contact Michelle at 870-2493. That's 308-870-2493, or send your resume to Post Office Box 142, Broken Bow 68822, or email Custer County NE Fairgrounds at gmail.com. You can take a look at these details on the employment page of Sandhills Express.
And we'll stay on the job front as the Nebraska Department of Transportation is looking for a highway maintenance worker in Ansley and Broken Bow, seeking a dedicated and hardworking team player that is willing and able to operate a snowplow. Training and career development provided advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. To apply, they direct you to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. You must complete an online state application. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
All right, rental space. You don't find it too often, and this is quality rental space at Broken Bow at Full Circle Irrigation. They have 2 different rooms for rent, perfect for an insurance agent or accounting firm. One room is 15 foot by 9 by 15 foot with an outside window. They're asking $400 a month for that. The other area has 2 connecting rooms that are 15 foot by nearly 12 foot with a window, and another room that is 1410 by 11.9, and they're asking $600 a month for that. You would have access to a kitchen and bathroom shared with Full Circle, and you would have to provide your own internet, of course. For more information, call Darlene at 308-440-3006. Let me pass that number your way again, 308-440-3006, or stop out and take a look at their location just east of Broken Bow on Highway 2. And again, the details for this job are also on Sandhills Express job page.
Roxanne is a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Always does great things for just buying local. A lot of discounts that she gives if you just buy local and visit the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Roxanne now accepts CARE credit cards. This enables you to finance hearing aids for over a period of time with lower payments. So ask Roxanne about the CARE credit cards, and you can do that by calling her at 308-384-3852 to set up an appointment. Again, that's 308-384-3852.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. By the way, we have made a programming decision that we would like you to listen for, because we want everybody to catch this. And Brent was talking about Dylan Reynolds being inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame at Broken Bow, and he conducted an interview with him here just the other day. We'll have that for you on Monday during the breakfast show. That can give you time to give your friends and neighbors a heads up and say, hey, I want to listen to that. It will be available on the breakfast show on Monday.
Okay.
So that way we can get everybody there to listen who wants to listen, rather than surprise them today with our split decision there.
There you go.
Wasn't split, I mean immediate decision, spot decision.
Yeah, spontaneous.
Yeah, that's a big word. Spot's easier.
You're contemplating again.
The question comes to mind, are insurance agents sexier than other men? The answer, according to Lisa Bell, is absolutely. Not only are they sexy, they're well informed as to how they can cover your property and your risks at the fairest price. Where would you go to find 2 sexy insurance agents? Well, of course, it would be Universal Insurance Agency in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Yeah, they are ready to help you. They remind you it's important to insure your home, your family, your possessions, but if you're in business, you want to make sure that that is insured properly, and they can help you get the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. Talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today. Call 872-6438, or you can visit them at 940 South E Street.
We have 2 tickets to the Blake Shelton concert next month in Lincoln and a $250 gift card. Now it's time to register another finalist.
That's right, brought to you by Lines Appliance in Broken Bow, Nebraska. The number is 872-2801. Don't be afraid, call. You don't have to sing along if you don't want to. Brent or I will do that for you, because we can do it. Oh boy, can we do it. Oh boy, am I looking forward to it. Or I would recite poetry to you using Blake Shelton lyrics. Or Brent would sing Sangria for you all by himself. The number to call is 872-2801. Here's a word from Lyons Appliance while you call in.
Spend your time cooking, not cleaning. A KitchenAid 2-rack dishwasher with a Pro Wash cycle uses sensors to automatically adapt settings for different loads. Plus, an adjustable upper rack fits tall items like a stand mixer bowl. Visit Lyons Appliance on South C Street in Broken Bow and check out the KitchenAid 2-rack dishwasher featuring Pro Wash.
922, we have a caller on the line. Let's find out who that caller is. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Joe from Callaway.
Joe from Callaway. How's things over in the Seven Valleys?
Still pretty snowy.
Yeah, I suppose so. You guys got a healthy amount, didn't you?
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody dug out?
I think for the most part.
Good. Joe's such a friendly name. I love the name Joe. It just sounds friendly, Joe. So, what would you like us to do? Would you like Brent to sing, yours truly to sing? Would you like me to do some poetry for you? Would you like to sing along? How you want to do this?
You know, I think I would like to hear Brent do some poetry with those long pauses.
Oh, Joe, you're after my heart. So, Brent.
Me do poetry?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that can be done. He took speech. He was like a star in speech, Joe. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Oh, I believe it.
State champion.
Oh, yeah,
Just
there
wanna
you go.
say,
You had to slip
not
that in.
individually, but as a team.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, here we go.
Okay. Well, what song you want me to recite here for you, Joe? Neon Light, Sangria, or Come Back as a Country Boy?
Well, how about the Country Boy?
Country Boy. Okay. So, when I die, I want to come back. As a country boy? No. Oh, no. There ain't no better life if you ask me.
That's beautiful.
You like it, Joe?
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
You're a good sport. Joe, if you'll stay on the line, I need to get your phone number, and we'll invite you to come and have breakfast with us next Wednesday at 8 o'clock at the Tumbleweed Cafe. And, Joe, if you can't come and you have somebody that can come for you, that's fine. We just need to know ahead of time, if you'll give us a call, who that person might be.
All right, perfect.
All right, hold on, Joe. We're going to get a little Marshall Tucker going while we talk to Joe on the phone. The Marshall Tucker Band, probably one of the first, if not the first, bands to incorporate a flute in a country song along with the steel guitar. Made a great sound. Beautiful sound. Gorgeous.
I'd agree.
Extravagant.
Oh, yeah, wow.
I'm trying to get like bigger words since you did pretty good on that poem. It makes me feel like maybe we're having a competition now.
Oh.
Wonder if somebody else might want to call in and, you know, ask me to do a poem. Since I've been practicing and writing my own poetry. And then you get asked, and you pretty well did a good job.
Are we
on
competitive? You and I, do we get competitive? I don't think we do. Do we? Maybe we do.
See, that's the problem. I don't think you know you do.
Me?
It's some subconscious thing on your part. I know I'm competitive.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not, I don't give a hoot.
All right.
I don't care.
It's time to find another finalist for the Blake Shelton floor tickets and money. You only have to register once to be in the drawing.
That's right, one time. This time around brought to you by Power Solutions, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Nebraska. This is probably one of the more complicated contests that any radio station has ever had because we have all these options. You know, you're not just the third caller. You need to make a decision. Do you want to sing along with Blake and Brent? Do you want Brent to do more poetry? Do you want him to sing by himself? Do you want to sing along with yours truly? Do you want yours truly to recite poetry? It's wide open.
I'll say this. For you and I, it's the most labor-intensive contest that I can ever remember.
That's why it's so darn fun. And we want to thank our sponsors, of course, and one of those is Power Solutions. So the number is 872-2801. Call us and tell us your choice while we listen to this from our sponsor.
When it comes to your operation, one thing is pretty obvious. You want equipment that works hard for you, is dependable, and makes your job easier. Power Solutions would love to introduce you to the BPX 9010 bale processor. It is a workhorse built with heavy-duty components for those tough, wet bales. Plus, the direct drive system means less maintenance and simple design makes it easy to load and operate. Talk to Power Solutions for new Vermeer equipment, repairs, and parts, just east on Highway 2, outside of Broken Bow.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Let's find out who we have hooked up with here. Good morning, you're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Yeah, this is Mike.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh, we don't really want to complain because nobody wants to hear it. We have some things we could complain about, but everything okay on your end?
Yeah, just feeding some cows. Lots of that to do.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. How's that going? The snow pushed away. Can you get to everything you need?
Yeah, but there's just kind of trails. You just have to, if it's opened up, you can feed there, but lots of trails.
Yeah, boy. Well, good luck out there. Maybe we can, give you a chance to maybe take a break in mid-February and go down to Lincoln and see Blake Shelton. That might help.
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay. So you have plenty of choices here. Would you like Brent to sing a particular song? Would you like to sing with him? We've got poetry. You just put it on the table. We'll do it.
Well, nobody's done it yet this morning, and I know you love your poetry, so I'm going to have you do poetry.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Now, which particular piece of poetry would you like to hear? Neon Light, Sangria, or Come Back as a Country Boy?
Oh, let's go with the Neon Light.
Oh, you know what? That's a great choice. A real piece of work, real piece of art. So let me give it a try, Mike, here for you. Brent has got his hand over his face, Mike. I'm not sure what that means. What?
Just, it's anticipation, Dave.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I can't wait.
Okay.
Well, we got to save Brent's voice for the game.
That's
Thank you.
right. That's
Yes.
right. A lot of games to do. A lot of games to do.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Neon Light by Blake Shelton and Dave Burney, the poetry side. There's a neon light at the end of the tunnel. It ain't all that bright. But even though it's subtle.
Oh, wow.
What do you think, Mike?
I thought that was great, Dave.
You're so kind. If you'll stay on the line, I want to get your phone number. And if you can come to the breakfast on Wednesday, that's at 8 o'clock at the Tumbleweed, and we'll have the drawing after that. Now, if you're feeding cattle and you want to send somebody else, just give us a call and let us know who that person will be, and they can draw for you or have the breakfast for you as well.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
You bet. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you off the air here. Stay with us.
Even if you have given up on your other New Year's resolutions, there is still time to fulfill your resolution to bank smarter. Leave your regular checking account behind in the new year and upgrade to Premier Checking with Bruning Bank. With Premier Checking, you earn interest on your account for completing simple actions you do already. Already have an account with us? Transitioning takes less than a minute. Wanting to set up a new account? Stop by and complete our quick and simple sign-up process. Check out details and rates at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Now, more than ever, your cattle need to work, from breeding to calving, to grazing, to weaning, and beyond. Count on Ritter Hereford bulls and heifers to improve your herd and your bottom line. 90 bulls, 75 heifers will sell at the ranch and online February 2nd, 1 p.m. For that reputation half-circle brand of growth and carcass traits, easy calving, and super dispositions, buy Ritter Herefords. February 2nd, Callaway.
In the craziness of digging out of the snow last week, Dick and Jodine decided to have some fun with sales all week long this week. Head to Bo Bootery and you'll find that each day holds a different sale. Some are happening every day, too. So check each day this week and see how you can save when you visit Bo Bootery on the east side of the square in Broken Bow. They are proud to be your home-owned shoe store.
Real rock.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Only real rock.
Or Cheap Trick.
And nothing but real rock. 95.3 KBBN.
And nothing but pure country on KCNI 1280 AM, 96.3 FM, online at KCNI1280.com.
Yes.
What is this? Mike calls in, and thanks, Mike, for calling in while you're working. Appreciate that. And he has a chance to win those tickets. Sounds like he'd love to go. What is it when I get ready to do the poetry? You kind of put your head off the side and cover one side of your face. What does that mean? What's that all about? Go on.
No, I'm sorry. This is a dramatic pause. I don't know. I'm sorry. I won't do that. I won't do that anymore.
Oh, you will. You can't help it. You just start turning red. You get all freaked out. Matter of fact.
Well, part of it is I just don't. Part of it is anticipation. I just don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, you've been doing this for how many days now since you kind of discovered the whole thing of reciting the lyrics of the song, and I don't think that you have ever read one the same. It's always different. And I love that.
Yeah, you worry about it, though, don't you?
I get into as anticipation, wondering, boy, what's it going to sound like now?
You are worried that I'm going to mispronounce lips.
Well, you did that one day.
That was almost really bad. Fortunately, it was not so bad. Tips is better than...
So far, it's not as bad as when you were talking about the documentary about the octopus. That little slip-up will live in infamy on The Breakfast Show. That will forever be one of my most favorite moments. When you were trying to say tentacles and you said something else.
Well, let's just put it this way. There's probably somewhere in this world they have an octopus mountain oyster fry. It's possible.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to run out of time here, but I would like to do this one more time because I got a little behind on my bookkeeping here.
Are you going to take another registration?
I would like to.
Okay.
And I would like you to sit up straight and.
I am sitting up straight.
I mean, when the person calls in to
all right.
request,
Okay.
don't
all
be
right.
embarrassed.
All right.
This is radio. This is live entertainment. This is what we do, and it's all first class.
Oh boy.
Phone's ringing right now. I don't even really think I have to. Well, I'm going to play the intro anyway. Here we go.
Okay.
Only 42 finalists will have a shot at 2 second-row tickets and money for the Blake Shelton concert. Time to find out who's next.
That's right. All brought to you by the Grocery Cart. East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Some intros are longer than others.
Yeah. I like that music.
I do too. That's really good. All right, let's find out. I believe this is a caller because I picked it up pretty quickly. It could be, maybe the septic man or something. I don't know, but we'll find out who we have on the line. Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
This is Becky.
Becky, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too. Is this? Wait. Is this Blue-Eyed Becky?
Yes, Dave.
Oh
Really?
my Lord! What an
Man,
honor!
this is an honor.
My goodness!
This is an absolute honor to be talking to Becky live on the phone.
Thank you.
There's nothing left in this day that can top having Blue-Eyed Becky call the breakfast show.
Yep.
How's things in Arnold?
Well, they're good.
You guys get a lot of snow?
We did.
Yeah, but the
We
Arnold
did.
people just dig out. They don't worry about it, do they?
No, we don't. We just move forward.
That's right. So, Blue-Eyed Becky, what particular treat would you like us to do for you here on the breakfast show? Would you like Brent to sing? Yours truly to sing? Would you like some elegant poetry? Would you like to sing along? How do you want to do this?
Dave, I would like to hear you sing.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
And which particular song? Neon Light, Sangria, or Come Back as a Country Boy?
How about Sangria?
Oh, I like that. I do.
I almost put my hand over my head again, but I'm not going to. Here we go.
So, Becky, if you win the tickets, will you get on the second row on the floor and jam with Blake?
Sure.
Oh, knowing you, you'll probably have to dance a little bit too.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah.
It's always fun to hear from you.
Exactly.
Okay, so you want
Good
me
to
to?
hear from you guys.
Pardon?
I said it's always good to hear from you guys.
Oh, thanks a lot. I don't even want this to end, but I suppose it should. You probably have to take care of some insurance policies.
Yeah, I do.
So, how is the insurance business? You staying busy?
We are. We're staying very busy.
And you
Yeah,
still have that young lady helping you there?
I do. I have Taylor with me. Yep,
Yeah, she's a good one, isn't she?
she is. She's very good. We're rocking it in Arnold.
You are. Do you ever see Brad around, little Brad?
Yes, I do. In fact, I met him on the street this morning.
And what does he do in the morning?
He walks the streets of Arnold.
That almost sounds like a country song right there.
Oh, we should write
Walk
that
the
down.
streets of Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get you your boot?
Yes, I got him.
Oh, good.
Yep, we got them. They're too small for for us to wear, but they're a real keepsake for us.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, yes. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm a little nervous about it, and Brent gets all freaked out because
No.
he's afraid I'm going to say.
Just get the words right.
In your lips wrong. He's worried about that part. So let me just practice this for you, Becky.
Okay.
You take my.
No, she wants you to sing. You
I
do
know.
know that, right?
Yeah, I want to give her both.
Oh, well, okay.
Becky,
Yes.
you take my hand in yours. You lean in, and your lips taste like sangria. That's the poetry part. Now I'll try to sing it, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Poor Brent.
You take my hand in yours. You lean in and your lips taste like sangria.
What do you think, Beck?
You did awesome.
You're too kind. You've made our day. Stay on the line. I want to get your phone number. Know your full name. I know your full name and where you work and a whole lot more, but we won't go into that.
Okay. Sounds
All right.
good.
Hold on.
Thanks.
If it pumps, stores, or transfers liquids or chemicals, Doltmeyer Sales has you covered. Doltmeyer Sales Ag Early Order Program is back. Special pricing and free freight on qualifying orders of $2,500 or more. Additional savings on orders $5,000 or more. Special program pricing ends March 3rd. Doltmeyer.com.
1 in 5 Americans experience emotional and mental health challenges, but many of us don't know how to ask for help.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, we work every day to eliminate stigma and advance mental health. Visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
Hi, Grandma. Can Nina come over for dinner?
Sure. I've been meaning to ask you, what would happen if someone offered you a drink?
Grandma?
If anyone ever does, I want you to say, no, I have too much respect for my family and I don't want to get in trouble.
I promise, Grandma.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. That's underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. This message brought to you by SAMHSA and this station.
Let me see. You put my 2 plus 2. You put the Y in the pie.
What are you doing?
I'm working on my poem.
Oh, are you writing one, or you're just trying to change maybe words to a Blake Shelton song for your dramatic reading?
Well,
are you going to do that? Are you going to do that Wednesday? You going to do a dramatic reading of a Blake Shelton song?
I would like to, and I'm going to compose it over the weekend, and I want it to be a poem that thanks the people who are helping with this promotion and those who have participated. So I'm trying to come up with.
So it may not necessarily be a Blake Shelton song, but maybe it's better to say it would be based on a Blake Shelton song.
Yeah, like Y in the pie. Something like that.
Okay.
The R in Rex, the G in goat.
Okay.
I can put it together.
I love working with you, Bernie. I do.
Well, that's a lot of fun. So it's a lot of fun to get together with friends and have a pizza, too. Can you help?
Yes, it is. Hey, this is a big weekend. This is a big weekend to sit in front of the TV. Because you got the big NFC and AFC championship games this weekend. Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? Who's your pick?
Boy, I think my wife thinks the Eagles are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
I don't know the rest of them.
Have we heard anything? Have we heard an update on Mahomes? Is he going to be?
No problem.
I mean, he's going to play.
He says
he's just ready to go.
I think the report on Fox said he was not limping, not showing any signs of limping.
Okay, all right. Should be 2 really good games.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, when you're watching it, hey, listen, you want to eat pizza, right? Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to eat pizza and watch the game? So call the Pizza Hut this weekend. Get your order in, 872-6472. Also, don't forget their delicious pizza melts, which have gone over real well. 4 flavors, chicken, bacon, Parmesan, meat lovers, buffalo chicken, or pepperoni lovers. Made like a quesadilla. They give you that marinara sauce to dip it in. Very affordable, too. So check them out. Get your orders in and enjoy pizza from Pizza Hut in Broken Bow.
Thanks, Brent. You want to recap things? I know it's a busy next couple of days, but we want everybody to watch and listen to the sports coverage on Central Nebraska's high school and Husker Connection, KCNI KBBN Radio.
Today we're going to travel to Kearney for you. We'll have Broken Bow girls basketball as the Lady Indians play Minden in the semifinals of the Southwest Conference girls basketball tournament. That'll be at Kearney High. We'll broadcast it on KCNI 1280 AM, 96.3 FM, and on the web at KCNI1280.com. Tip-off is scheduled for 5 o'clock. That'll be tonight. And then tomorrow, a huge day. Of course, we'll have the Broken Bow girls wherever they end up. We'll broadcast their game for you on Saturday from Kearney High. That, again, will be on KCNI Radio. I'll be covering Broken Bow for you tonight and tomorrow. And then Larry, Jeremy, and Grant will be anchoring our Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference basketball tournament coverage for you tomorrow. We'll have all 4 games. We're going to do both third-place consolation games and then, of course, both championship games for you. We'll begin with the girls' consolation game at 2:30, boys' consolation to follow, and then the 2 championship games from the MNAC tournament at North Platte Community College. The first game will tip off at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon. You can listen to it on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and you can also watch the MNAC games on our live video stream on Sandhills Express Facebook or YouTube.
Thank you, Brad. I don't remember if I played for our listeners the grocery cart ad when Becky called. I just have to tell you that the short-term memory thing is getting, a little rough around the edges.
Well, I'm embarrassed, but I can't tell you whether you did or whether you played it or not either.
I was so excited about Becky calling.
Yeah.
So here's a word from the grocery cart and one other final word, and then we'll finally close the show for you on this Friday. Stay tuned.
Save 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day at the grocery cart Broken Bow. Fresh, frozen, boneless, skinless Best Buy chicken breast fillets are $1.98 a pound, and certified Angus beef